Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Love Experience Show. I am your host, Ashley J. I am a relationship and dating coach, wife, mother, author, speaker, and many other things. Thank you so much for coming and watching a brand new episode of the Love Experience Show. While we are talking, go ahead and share this episode with 5 people. Tell them, come on, get on the show so that we can have a good time and have a conversation. And y'all know how we like to do it. Make sure you are lighting the comments up. Light the comments up with your questions, your comments, whatever it is that you want to say, put it in the comments, okay? Because at the end of the show, we'll read the comments and your questions. I'll read it with my guests, okay? And as you can see, I have two wonderful people here, the Moores, Letitia and Samuel Moore, and
Hello,
we are
everyone.
to their love experience really soon. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and like this episode. And again, share it. I'm not going to say it anymore, but make sure y'all share it. Okay. All right. So yeah, I met Letitia on Clubhouse. And we had a conversation when I extended the invite to come and join the show. And some so you want to introduce the people?
Yes. Hi, my name is Letitia Moore.
And I'm Samuel Moore.
And we've been married. How long have we been married, babe?
We've been married for 24 years. We've been together since high school, which is about, well, we're gonna tell the age since, well, about 33 years. Been together about 33 years, yeah.
Yes. And we've been married for 24 years. Going on 25 years. So we're gonna tell you a little bit about our love story. Like I said before, we're high school sweethearts. One of my friends, it was a mutual friend of mine, we were in the band together. And she was like, you know what? I got somebody I want you to meet. And I was like, oh, okay. And so she brought Sam down to the band room. And I was like, I've never seen you before. Oh my God, you have big, beautiful eyes. And so he was like, thank you. And he was very mannerable. And he asked me, he said, can I please have your phone number? I was like, you don't have to say please when you ask my phone number. So I gave him my phone number. He called me that night. Let me tell you, normally when you meet somebody like for the first time, you don't have much to talk about, and you don't stay on the phone long. We literally fell asleep on the phone. We stayed on the phone. We talked all night until we both fell asleep. Okay. Wow. It was a wonderful conversation. I felt like I had known him for years. It was smooth. It was automatic. I felt love at first sight immediately when I saw him.
Wow.
Yes, I mean, I can. The only way that I can describe, how we, when we first met, it had to be something divine because you know how well, I'm gonna tell the story. I met her February the 16th, 1989. And it was 2 days after Valentine's Day. So I say I'm gonna find me a girlfriend after Valentine's Day. So I guess you can call it manifest destiny. In my mind, I visualized her, and like she said, I never seen her throughout school up until I seen her that day, in high school. And when I seen her, I mean, when you know. I felt that. I mean, it was love at first sight, and and like she said, the first thing she said was, "You have big, beautiful eyes," and I said, "Thank you."
I was mesmerized, Miss Ashley.
So let me ask you this real quick, Letitia. What instrument did you play?
I was actually a flag girl.
Okay.
Yes.
And Samuel, why did you want to wait till after Valentine's Day to
I know. Um, because it not really because I was like I wasn't a ladies guy or or a womanizing type of dude. I mean, I had other girlfriends, but I didn't keep them long because I wasn't a nerd about. I'm an artist, so as soon as I get to bringing up my comic books or showing my art, like he's childish. I could get the girls, but I never kept them.
Okay.
But this time I say I'm gonna kind of put that away and get serious, and it just so happened after that day after Valentine's Day, I seen her and I knew she was the one.
Miss
Wow.
Ashley, he didn't want to buy me a Valentine's Day gift. That's what that was.
Oh, that's what I was kind of thinking, but okay.
But he kind of messed up because it wound up being 3 celebrations in a row.
Yeah, because I didn't know the day after Valentine's Day is her day.
Wow. Okay.
So we have Valentine's Day, the 14th, my birthday, and the 16th we'll celebrate as we started dating.
Wow. Okay.
So I get
that's
3
really
separate
good.
gifts in a row. I don't play.
Okay. So both of you guys are saying that this was love at first sight.
Yeah.
That
Yes.
is pretty big to say. How old were you guys, or what grade were you guys in?
I was in the 10th grade.
Okay. So high school age, that's big to say it was love at first sight. That's huge.
Yes.
So both of you felt the same way, obviously, because you're still here, still together. And would you say that what was did your upbringing help you with figuring out that this was love at first sight?
Okay, so we have opposite stories.
Mhm.
I was raised with the mom and dad.
Okay.
My mom walks my dad to the door every day to give him a kiss and say, I love you when he goes to work.
Okay.
They constantly tell each other they love each other. So I look to them. They're very good role models.
Okay.
A happy marriage, great with family. So on my side of the tracks, they were role models for me, very good role models, still to this day.
Mhm.
To this day.
And on my side, first of all, people don't believe the stereotypes of single moms that their kids always turn out to be criminals or dropouts or I mean, I was raised by a single mom. My parents separated when I was in the 3rd grade, something like that. But
Mhm.
my mom did a great job, you know what I'm saying, and she taught me, for women, stuff like that. Also, I had a lot of positive other role models, in my life as well. I mean, me and my dad always had a relationship. I never held that, again. When I was younger, I did, but now as I'm older, we have a great relationship.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, a lot of people say if you're raised without your father, you wouldn't know anything about being a good father. Okay, this dude right here, when I was a father, like I never asked for anything more. You would have thought he was raised with his father. And I thank the Lord for that. Great husband, great father. He will hurt somebody over his son. He loves his sons. Yeah, he loves his son. I know when he was really little, my son, by the way, is 24 now. But when he was little, Mama used to say, Lord, I pray every day. And she's a minister as well. She said, I pray every day that nobody hurt him because Sam will tear him up. So thank God we didn't have to do that.
Right.
Oh, and to go back to to go back about when we talk on the phone until fell asleep. She's also a singer. She used to sing. I mean, her voice is like she got a voice, and she sings me on the phone, and What was that song? Dream by
Dreaming. Is it Deborah Cox?
no, by
Dreaming?
Vanessa Williams.
Vanessa Williams. Yeah, Dreaming.
She used to
Yeah.
sing that to me on the phone, and man.
Okay.
She had me there. It was a rap.
I forgot about that, baby. Yeah, I did. I did.
Were you in the choir too?
Yeah,
In school?
I was in the chorus. Yes,
Or chorus?
from 8th to 12th grade. Yes.
Okay.
And I sang on my choir as well. I also would sing at people's weddings, events.
You sung at ECR as well.
Oh yeah, I did sing in the gospel choir when I was in college at ECU.
Okay.
And son was out. He always gonna sing.
You sang "Walking Down the Aisle"?
Yes.
She said
How
I cried,
did you
but
do that?
I don't remember. I don't remember.
Something just took over me. Like I loved him so much, and I wanted to sing it to him. Whitney Houston, I'm Leaving You and Me. He tell you the folks was in it. Oh, you better sing that song, girl.
I'm just
Yeah.
like the nerves I walking down the aisle. I have no idea I would have been able to. I know I wouldn't have been able to do that. So kudos to
Something
you.
just took over me. I'm telling you, I was in a different place.
Wow.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Oh, and then he had a big gulp in his throat when I was singing.
Wow. That's beautiful. Okay. Y'all go back to the story. Okay. I'll be quiet. Y'all talk.
So we talked on the phone for a while, not very long. I can't remember how long. But one day he was standing in the hallway with his friends, and they were too hard. And so he pulled to him and said, "Oh, this is my girlfriend." And I was like, "Huh? I am? Okay." So that's how we started dating.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So now comes the part where I have to meet our parents, and this was late 80s, 89, well, the end of the 80s. And back then I had the dreadlocks, I had the ripped jeans with the graffiti on it.
Oh, and my mom's a minister, by the way. And my dad's a deacon, so they're real churchy.
So I kind of looked real, dreadlocks wasn't socially accepted like it is now. So I was really looking thugged out, which, I mean, I hung around a lot of guys, but I never, did anything trouble like that.
He had an earring, which my daddy didn't approve of. Oh my God, my dad gave him such a hard time.
Yeah.
And he hung in there.
Yeah.
I'm sure he did. Okay.
A hard time.
Back then, I used to be like, man, this guy really what did I do, for him not to like me so much? But now I understand. I mean, his oldest daughter, just like my son, I want my son to have the best, you know what I'm saying? So I can see now why he acted like that, But now we're like beyond, you know what I'm saying? So
Very close. They're very close.
Wow. Okay.
I would never see that.
Okay. So were you nervous going to meet her parents?
Oh, yes. because well, before I even went there, her mom one day, she probably tell you, from her side, she was sick. She was sick to the point that she didn't need to be to school that day, but
I was so in love. I won't miss no school, honey. I had to see my boo.
so she came to school sick, because she wanted to see me. So, and she was like, "It's coming to pick me up. Now you got a chance to meet." You know what I'm saying? I was like, "No, I don't want. I don't want to meet you. See me like this. With the the video on my like that." So I kind of out. So I guess the next day, went down there to see me for the mom. Look at yo, you said, but My mom was the one that looked like she was like super mean. Some people just got that look like they don't play, which play ball. And she made it real easy, for me to, made me feel real comfortable and everything.
Because my mama knew that my dad was gonna get the rip into him.
Like, I don't need to do anything.
So she had to be the calm to the storm.
Her dad is a true country boy. He the kind of got the heads on the wall, got his guns on the back, and the first thing he did was show me his knife collection and his gun collection. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's funny. Okay. Go ahead.
But yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you meet the parents, Letitia. At what point did you meet his parents?
His mom. Did I meet your mom first before you met my mom? I think I met his mom before he met my mom. Very loving. Okay. Like when I tell you the best mother-in-law ever, or let me say mother-in-law, the best mother-in-law ever. She'll take up for me before she'll take up for him. I love her.
My mom, she's very gentle. That's why I look just like my dad, but for us being like the my attitude and everything, I get it from my mom. She's a very gentle, loving person.
Yeah, she is. I love her. The best mother-in-law ever.
I got one of those too.
Yes, and that's the blessing, because you know what? A mother-in-law can make it or break it. If you do not have a good mother-in-law, you got something on your hands. Truly.
Yeah.
Truly.
Yes, you do. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And that was what I prayed for. I'm like, Lord, whoever I marry, please let their mother love me.
Yeah, because it could separate the family, because it could be to a point where if my mother-in-law didn't like me, I would never go to her house. Holidays, I wouldn't be there.
Yeah,
it can cause some friction in a marriage.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first year, or the year you guys were in school and you met, Samuel, what did you do to make sure you stayed connected to Letitia after you graduated?
I just talked to her, we talk to each other every day, school, we write letters, the old fashioned back when we didn't have
cell phone,
stuff like that, we write letters. She still got love letters now. She still got those, letters and stuff, poems. Like I said, I'm an artist.
He would draw.
I write poetry and
stuff
like that.
Really?
So,
yes.
Yeah, and that's basically just keeping it in touch, every day.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And he would come home every weekend from college.
Okay. So
that's how we met.
Okay. Mm-hmm. How far was your school from where you guys live?
About 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
Okay, that's not too bad. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. And then every Sunday when he would go back, we would both cry.
Every time.
Yes. And it was hard for us to leave each other too. It was very hard. Yeah. I mean, you wouldn't boo-hoo, but you'd be a little teary-eyed.
I'd be sad.
Yeah, a little teary-eyed.
Mm-hmm. Like,
not no boo-hoo-hoo. No.
Okay. Wow. Every single time. That's
every
incredible.
Time.
Okay. So did you guys know then when you were going to get married?
So he had asked my dad for my hand in marriage. Not too long after that, I ended up pregnant.
Oh, before you get to that part. when I did first ask for a hand in marriage, we went out to dinner and everything. And I never forget this. Her dad was like, as long as you don't hit on her, as long as you don't beat her, you know what I'm saying? I was like, that's not even, my style, I would never use my hand, nor have I ever, what I'm saying, even so much as a shove, that's not my forte.
Plus, homie don't play that.
I mean, 'cause I feel if you got to do that, you don't need to be together.
That's right.
If it turns to a physical thing, you know.
That's true. That's true. You don't need to be together. That's right.
Yeah.
So I found out I was pregnant. So we had already started planning the wedding before I found out.
Okay.
So I told him I wanted to postpone the wedding because I didn't want to be walking down the aisle with a belly.
Gotcha.
He harassed me
because I wanted my son to be born. Well, this is what happened. We were planning to get married. When was it? That October.
October. Yeah, October.
But she had got pregnant. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You didn't let me finish, baby.
Well, let me ask you this: what year is this when the proposal and everything happened? What year was that?
That was 94, 97. We were born 97.
96.
I was born 97. It was in 97.
Okay.
It was 96.
It
was 96 because he was pregnant.
Oh yeah. So he said it was 7 when we. Oh, I'll get to that. So he harassed me. He said, "Look, we're not married just because you're pregnant. We had already planned getting married anyway. I want my son to be with us married." And I just no, I want it and blah blah blah. So I was 8 months pregnant, and I finally gave in. I said, "Okay, we can go to the justice of the peace."
Okay.
So we called my mom, dad, sister, and his mom came, and we got married. But the condition was that we would eventually have a wedding. And he was like, okay. So we was already like married pretty much. We just didn't have the paperwork at the time. So nothing really changed because I pretty much felt like I was married anyway. We just legalized it. So I was okay. I didn't even say anything else about the marriage again, about the wedding, because I'm happy. I'm good. I got my boo and I got my baby. So I'm good. So 2 years later, my mom and I and my husband was riding the car, and he was like, "What's up with the wedding plans?" And I was like, "What? Okay." And my mom said, "Well, you better get the planning. So we wind up having our big wedding 2 years later.
Okay. So how big is big wedding?
Well, big, medium, put it that way.
Okay.
Yeah. Not extravagantly big, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm not that material. I like nice things, but that's not what drives me. You know what I'm saying? More of a,
yeah,
pretty simple guy. So.
Yeah, he is.
Okay, so you guys have the big wedding. What was life like after that? And I'm asking because I know that when we spend money on big weddings, the debt from the big wedding can add extra pressure to your beginning years of marriage.
So no debt. No debt.
Okay.
Everything was paid for before, like ahead of time. Thank God, because of course, like you said, that can cause problems. You done spend all this money, and then a month later, you're not together.
Yeah.
So. My parents pretty much paid.
Yeah, my parents helped out as well.
Okay.
Yes.
So
Yes.
did you guys do premarital counseling or anything?
No, we did not. So
Okay.
at the time, that wasn't a big thing
Gotcha.
at the time.
Okay.
I
So
mean, like I said, when you sorry, I mean, because like I said,
no,
when you know. I mean, um, we never really because we're best friends, you know, and she go talk to her girls, or I go talk to the fellas about our relationship. We talk to each other. You know what I'm saying? We're best friends, so
Mhm.
we never really had any serious like that we couldn't. You know what I'm saying? Work it out. So
Thank God. And let me put this plug in. I had that called me a couple of years ago, and she was like, TT, y'all are just so happy, and y'all got. I said, if anybody tell you they have the perfect marriage, girl, you better run the other way. You better run the other way. I told her, I said, we don't have knockdown dragouts. You know, we don't have that kind of fights. I do those disagreements. But let me
yeah.
tell you one thing. It's fun making up, let me tell you.
Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead and speak on it.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
That's
So
the fun part, the making up.
how did you guys yes it is. So how did you guys
yeah.
create the foundation of being best friends first?
It was just natural. It
Mm.
was natural. We had great communication skills. We trusted each other. I think we have.
It's a little delay. The internet has been the connection has been a little choppy.
Yes, yes, yes. But yeah, like I said, it was natural. It was natural.
Okay. So I'm asking this before whoever's watching that they may consider married or um, they are at the beginning stages, so that they understand how they can make those type of actions with their future spouse or their current spouse, whatever you want they whatever relationship. What did you guys make sure you did? Tell me one thing made you did consistently to keep that best friend foundation.
Yeah,
I would say open communication.
yeah, and also don't make a permanent decision on temporary feelings. You might be mad right then or say something you'll regret, but you know, take time, take a breath, you know, breathe, and you know, and don't react so quickly, and just vow not to go to bed angry with each other. You know what I'm saying?
And when you're
That's
having an
good.
argument, don't leave. Don't run away. Don't leave the house. It'll just make things worse. But the main thing is the open communication. You have to be able to talk. You can't shut down. You can't yell and scream. You got to talk to each other with respect. And my
Yeah.
thing is, if you got that open communication, baby, it'll take a long way.
So give me your definition of open communication.
Being able, I feel so comfortable with him that I can say anything. Tell him anything. We can talk about anything. I'm not embarrassed.
And be honest about the way you're feeling. Don't say something that to make the other person say what they want to hear. I mean, tell them what the issue. I mean, what issue you are having with them or whatever. You know, honesty.
Honesty.
Basically.
That's what I was going to say. Honesty. Yeah, you have to be honest with one another. That's
There you have it. Okay. So I do have one thing I want to add into what you guys were saying, and that's only because I guess this is the couples therapist side of me. So when couples therapy, we teach the clients, the couple, if things become too escalated, then you can take a timeout, and that timeout cannot be any longer than 2 hours. Enough time for you guys to cool down and respect, get back to respecting each other, lower your tempers, all of that. But you have to come back with at the 2 hour point and continue the discussion before the day ends. You don't want the stuff that happened on Tuesday to carry over to Wednesday, because now we get into this pattern, a cycle where we want to fight this day or argue this day, and the next 2 days I don't talk to you because we didn't hash out what the issue was. And then it becomes a nasty cycle. So you need to get that 2 hour window so everybody can get down and with cooler heads and have the discussion calmly, come up with a resolution. If you cannot come up with a resolution, come up with a compromise.
Yes. And that's good. And like my husband said, don't ever go to bed at night mad at each other. Don't ever. Because guess what? You don't even know if you're going to wake up the next morning.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, okay. Go ahead and continue us down the journey of your love experience from high school sweethearts and getting married, having your first child, and go ahead from there.
You want to take it?
So our first child, we had our son. He was born in
1997.
Yeah, 97, so I was excited, I mean, the whole time she was pregnant, we never knew what we was going to have on up until he was born, because every time we went to go get the ultrasound, he always turned, we never knew, didn't find out what he, what we wanted. And she was like, I said, it don't really matter, whether it's male or female, as long as the child is healthy. So that day comes, go through Lamar's class and all that stuff. And so finally, which is, she's 2 years older than me. Everybody think we're twins, but we're like twins. But if she gets sick, I get sick. So she came up that day. She was like Junior. That's what they call me. I'm named after my dad, Junior. She's gonna have that baby today. So and that's what happened. She got.
Yeah. I started going to contractions, and I wanted to wait. I wanted to wait. My sister-in-law was like, "Hurry up! We need to get to the hospital. Hurry up!" And I'm like, "Calm down." I couldn't find my bra. I was looking for my bra, and she said, "Don't worry about that bra. You need to get in this car." But let me tell you, I am so glad she rushed me into that car, because we could have lost him.
Really?
We could have lost him. Yes. I went into, it's called toxemia. You ever heard of that?
Yeah.
So he made a bowel movement inside of me, and it poisoned the inside. And he was struggling trying to get out, but I couldn't dilate for some reason. And so the operating team ran in the room. So let me back up a little bit. It was a lady that I knew, very spiritual. And I wish I can remember that scripture. I cannot remember that scripture, but she told me to learn the scripture. She said, and say it every day, and say it when you're having your baby, and everything is going to be all right. And I was like, okay. I was saying it all the time. And when the crew ran in there, I said, wait, I got to say my scripture. Let me say my scripture. And I said, okay, I can have the baby now. Y'all don't have to operate. Get on the bed. No. Get on the bed. I had a C-section,
Uh,
but read the scripture and everything all right. And what that was my son lived. I was thinking I'll be able to be natural. God was saying your child will live. So
wow.
really did. And we had my baby. The tox changed my body, my face, real dark, and my mom could not even recognize me. That's how bad I looked.
Really?
But I thank God that we did not lose our baby. The doctor came to my bedside and said if I waited 1 minute longer, we would have lost our son.
Wow. That's a testimony. Wow.
Yeah.
So
Testimony. I'm telling you, it is. And
go ahead. You can finish what you were going to say.
you can go ahead.
Okay, so I can't so when I was in labor with my son, I was in labor for like 23 hours and I was a failure to progress, which meant I didn't dilate past 3 centimeters. And they had to do the emergency C-section. So I knew immediately because I'm gonna have delivery and that's what I'm gonna do. So okay. Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay.
Now I can hear
It's
you.
in my I just lost connectivity. Okay. Okay. Oh, good. Thank you. So,
Yeah,
I was extremely nervous hearing the word C-section, and my husband and I. It was my husband, my mom, and and me in the room. And my mom came over and prayed with us, and my husband, he was just being his silly self because he's a clown. So he was trying to be funny to keep me from like bursting out in tears. So
right.
Samuel, during all of that, what were you like? What was going through your mind?
I mean, through all that law class, to all the things you're supposed to do. The labor room, I didn't get to go in there because it was such an emergency. It was like, we got to get in there right now. I wasn't even in the room when they had necessary to do it.
Wow.
And the whole time I just want my wife to live. I want my child to be healthy. And that was what was going through my mind. That, they both lived through the process.
Yeah.
And
wow.
The first thing I did, I was counting. You had 10 toes and fingers, so and it just came out. When a baby born, you can't really tell how he was like just like me.
It was like his face was on.
Really?
My sister in the room, and she heard me. Oh my God, he looked just like Sam. Okay, Sam.
Right.
What's he supposed to look like?
Wow.
They look like
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. At the time, but as he grew older, he started looking a bit like me.
Okay. So who does he look like now?
Yeah.
Both of y'all?
Yeah.
Okay.
He looks like a combination, but would you say he looks a little bit more like me now?
It depends. Most people say, people from my hometown, they'd be like, they don't see him every day. He looked just like Sam. And most people up here, they were like, as he get older, he looks like. So.
But even he told me himself. He said, "Mom, I look like you."
But he's like an even mix.
Okay.
Yes.
Isn't it amazing how two people can create another human that is so beautiful or handsome and also can look like either of you or both of you? That always fascinates me.
It is fascinating.
That's beautiful. Okay, so how did you guys move through new parenthood together?
Oh. I knew she had around 12. She had, so I kind of know about small kids. Yeah, I know how to diaper or pamper or whatever you call it. I know how to feed, I know how to hold the child, and I know how to do that stuff. I used to do that for my, with my sister. So, little experience.
Yeah, just like Miss Ashley, he also taught me how to cook. I didn't know how to cook when we first got together.
You didn't?
No, girl, I couldn't even cook a hot dog.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Well, being a child of a single mom that had to work, most guys, we had to know how to cook, so.
That's true.
Yeah.
I like to burn the hot dog up and cook. I thought, you know how you got sloppy Joe in a can? I thought you just pour the can and cook.
So y'all gonna have sloppy Joe soup. Wow. Okay.
Tomato soup.
Okay. Yeah, tomato soup.
Yep.
Cooked chicken. She took their chicken, washed it, and put it in the pan. I said, "Aren't you gonna?"
No, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't even put any flour on the chicken. I didn't know no better.
Wow. Okay. So your mom didn't give you a crash course before you guys got married?
My mom? Did my mom give a crash course?
Before you guys got married?
No, she didn't give. My mom didn't like people in the kitchen. So that's how she was. That's how she was. But we used to eat off of, what was it? In the box that all the time.
Hamburger Helper.
Hamburger Helper was my friend. Like, we did all Hamburger Helper, different kind of flavor.
Wow.
I told her how to make lasagna. I told her it was.
Yeah, I go down now, Mr. Ashley.
Yes, she can cook.
Okay. Well, that's good. Okay.
Yeah.
So that is so funny to me. Okay. So you guys are incredible. So okay. What you lacked, Samuel was able to fill in that gap. And whatever he lacked, you were able to fill in that gap as well, right, Letitia?
We complement each other.
Yeah. That's great. That's a great trait to have in. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm sorry about this internet connection. I don't know what's happening tonight. We're almost at the finish line. So
we're working with it. We're working with it.
Hopefully this will be stabilized enough for us to get through this 15 minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
So
hey, this Miss Ashley.
What? Go ahead.
Can I say something?
Mm-hmm.
So it feels really good able to, like, I still feel when we first met. It's a really good feeling to be able to enjoy being married. Enjoy being, I owe it all to God. It's nothing but God.
Well, you know what? Since you said that, go ahead and tell us how you guys were able to keep God in your marriage to help you get to this point, and I'm sure beyond.
That's the question.
My goodness.
You hear the
Okay.
You want
So
do
the
you need me
question,
to
keep it
ask-
going.
keep God.
How were you able to incorporate
Can
God
you
to? Can y'all hear me?
okay, I can hear you now.
Okay.
No, I can't hear you now.
How were you able to keep God in your marriage to help you get to this point and where you're going to be, later in life together?
Of course. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I heard you say prayer.
Yeah. She's
Okay.
on delay. Go ahead.
Okay. So prayer
Okay.
is number one. Prayer is
Mm.
number one. Communication. What you want to add, babe?
I agree with what you said.
Mm-hmm. We meditate. Yeah. Keep God first. We keep God first.
We see. I'm a positive. I always see the positive. Trying to see the positive in everything. I mean, if something that comes within our, so it's negative. I try to turn it around, make it a positive.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't like negativity within my aura. So if anything that's negative around, I'll try to push it out, and make it positive, because I don't deal with negativity good.
Only.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And that's awesome. So definitely prayer, keep God in the center. Now, when you guys meditate, are you meditating together to hear what God is giving you for your direction in your marriage?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. That's great. Okay. So any final words that you want to give to the audience?
I want to say great communication work, loving your significant other, respecting each other. That's a good one. Love is everything to me. Love makes me smile real big. Love makes me happy. I pray that everyone can love at some point in their life, because it's a beautiful, powerful thing. Like I said earlier, no matter, guess what? It's doable.
And so, like that, love is the most powerful emotion, and it feels good to have real love. I can look at some other people, and I be like, feel bad for them, to they don't have the type of love that we have, and me, I like Apple, that's how we started our business, to, of course, for others to look, at us as a positive couple. It ain't nothing we set out to do, say we're perfect, but just what we do naturally. And like, we get people be like, y'all do well. We just being we kind of monetize it and turn it, to this.
So we have hers couple of apparel where his shirt complements my shirt. So for example, my shirt or his shirt may say real and my shirt may say love. So it's real love when we're together. We have a shirt that says best freaking wife ever. So we have shirts that positive marriage affirmations, couple affirmations. And like I said, marriage and our life come up with that.
You also have a lot of women, empowering women empower. I'm witness. I've seen a lot of women come to her and say, just on her feed and positive quotes on her shirt that have their life. Some people are really, mentally unhealthy, and something she said, put on a posted, one of our shirts or something. It really out.
Yeah.
And so
it's positive affirmations they're awesome.
They are. So give me an example of something that you've worn and somebody said, thank you so much for wearing this or letting me see this, and it's helped changed my life.
So for example, I have a clothing women's empowerment positive affirmation shirt. It's called Hey Sis and So Strong. So I have a lot of women who are battling cancer. They say when they put that shirt on, they positive. They feel like they can make it through marriages. Oh my God. You really have to be careful what you do because somebody is always watching you.
Tell me with the Hey Sis though, the shirt.
You tell.
Okay, so the Hey Sis shirt, which is one of our best sellers, we came up with it. I used to hear all the time she talking to her girlfriends. They be going, "Hey sis, hey sis." So finally, I came up with the design. I was coming up with it. I was like, so I brought it to her one day, and she was like, "Wow." And she broke down sis, and then like I was like, "That's crazy."
And the same thing with our couples apparel. We actually launched on our anniversary. We didn't have anything planned out, and God was just like, launch it, and come buy it. You know how we always, you know how some people can be. Sometimes people don't really support you, so that would, but it's been doing really good. It's been doing really good, and like when we do the hers, off each other. Like he'll come up with something, and I'll come up with something. And it's really fun because he'll say something. I'll be like, nah, I don't like that. But then I'll be like, I like it. Or I'll try to make so we have a
Which
good.
I'm cool with because I'm more in the background. I'm more like the dude in the background. I ain't got to be Beyonce on the stage.
Okay.
Yeah. So like another his and her is she's everything to me and everything to me. So those are the kind of policies we have for marriages.
The relationship goals, which is broke down the food table. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I like it. I like that. That's awesome. That is so good. And I love the fact that which I don't know why I forgot about this for a second, but Samuel, that you were an artist, so you came up with the design. Like that was so cool to me. And I don't know how I forgot about that briefly, but that's so cool to me that you guys were able to work together and hammer out a best-selling design.
Yeah. And we design all of our own shirts.
That's awesome. Do you guys want to tell people where they can find your apparel?
So they can go to his, hers, hey sis. What's the rest?
Okay.
.com.
Also, we do a on Facebook, and so on Facebook, TT capital TEE capital TEE or MOORE.
I'm gonna put that.
And also look out in the future. I'm coming out with the. I'm branching off into the NFT space. I don't know if you're familiar with the NFT.
Very, very little bit.
Okay, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So I'm a NFT artist, and I trade and I do all that as well. So
Yes.
Okay, that's good. Y'all doing the thing as a couple, which is amazing.
Yes.
thank you.
Thank you, Miss Ashley.
You're welcome. So we don't have many comments tonight, I guess, because the connection was not good for them. But we have some people that said, hey, so hey, everyone that has been watching and has been trying to stick it out with us while we dealt with this internet issue. Thank you so much for
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
yeah, staying on while we pushed through this. Anything else that you want to say?
Yes.
If you want to put your t-shirt, his, hers, and hey sis website in the comments, you can do that if you want. But anything else that you guys would like to say before we end?
I want to say, Miss Ashley, enjoyed the interview. You did an awesome job, and you really easy because we were really nervous at first. Well, I was.
Yeah.
He wasn't, but I was. And I was wondering how we going to talk a whole hour.
I told you I help you, so thank you guys.
You did help a lot.
Good. Thank you guys so much for sharing your story with us. Folks, if you enjoyed this episode, please go ahead and share it with I want each of you to share it with 5 people. Even if you're watching the replay, share this episode with everyone you know. And if you would like to be on the Love Experience Show, be in the Moore's position as my guest on the Love Experience Show, please feel free to DM me. And also you can email me at ashley@itsashleyj.com, and I will get you scheduled. I'll send you the invite, and it's really simple. So just let me know if y'all want to be a guest on the Love Experience Show. You know, I'm always looking. So there is only one thing to say now that the Love Experience Show is coming to an end, and that is, what is your love experience? I will see you guys next week with a whole new guest, and I look forward to all of your beautiful faces being on here one day. Thank you guys. I will see you
Thank
later.
you.
Bye.
Bye.